Well, welcome to Wickerson Studios. My name's Michael Wickerson, and I just wanted to give a little overview over what I've been up to for the last 2 months, 60 days. I'm a sculptor, I'm a teacher, I've been working in the States for 20 years nearly. I'm Canadian, I have a family down here in Kansas, and I've done a lot of traditional processes. So even though in the last 2 months I've really pulled together, I think, a pretty substantial list of videos, over 200, on multiple channels. Recently, I've done a series of, I'm intending on doing over 1,000 scripts, going through every single node that I can, not only in the main Grasshopper nodes for Rhino 3D modeling, but a history myself can be found on any one of those videos when you click in. They're linked directly to my personal site. Here it is, Michael Wickerson. Works I've done over the last 30 years as a sculptor. A range of things. Obviously, they reflect how I build and how I think digitally in my work. I have a good property out in Kansas that I've really kind of worked with other artists and built. I've got a lot of architectural and sculptural experience. Casting's been one of my main mediums, and I certainly don't balk at doing any Adobe or kiln firing techniques as well. I also, in the last few years, have set up Wickerson Studios, which is really a system of wanting to bring digital artists together with engineers, architects, and artists. I really I invite you to go into that and have a full overview of the archive of every building that's been built out on my land since 2009. I started earlier out kind of in a retreat in the woods with a chainsaw, literally uh, making my own habitat, and then that's culminated into works up until kilns firing and Vasilisa the Beautiful in 2016. And I've seen the birth of three of my kids, two of which were on the land. Lots of press and a journal, which really highlights my interest in the digital. And in going in their medium, you can see, if it would load, and I may just have to leave it for a minute. It's just taking a second. Yeah, I will actually leave it. Yeah, it dates back to the earliest lectures I did in digital work, and this covers everything from modeling to robotics to programming and sites, and I do try and keep pretty up to date with it. Um, that said, with that archive and that press, you can see the personal work, you can see the more collaborative work. I did start a GitHub account where I've shared almost everything I've done for free, and recently I've been putting up everything that matches my videos in this series online, so feel free to go in and you'll see every single script, GH script, available to you as I go through. I intend to put on the 1,000 tutorials there. They're real showing scripts, and it would be nice to have the script alongside while you watch the videos. Facebook-wise, I encourage you to jump on in. I post everything I'm doing as I go, and I've built quite a community of international people that I very much enjoyed working with. And LinkedIn's another site that you'd be more than welcome to go in and see what's going on there as I build a pool of people. Instagram's one other thing that I do, and Instagram itself, I've been pulling in the videos in this series as well. So if you don't want to watch on YouTube or you want to watch on your phone, all the videos are updated. And this is just the latest series of the 1,000. I have examples of tearing down some of the older buildings. Grasshopper forum, I also input some things, and I'm waiting for dialogue and friends and discussions on that. So please feel free to jump in there anytime. The channel's really, evidence has been, it's been around for 5 years. Nothing's really happened until I started on April 14th. And for the last 2 months, this has just exploded, and I have 410 serious people, 395 which have come about in the last 2 months, 90 days. And everything is on there for whatever you need in the analytics in my work. And if you went into the videos, you could basically, I'm encouraging everybody to kind of pass it along and see who's interested and who would like to subscribe. And let's see if we can not just continue this series. As I plug through the nodes and work with what I do, we're well into, it's nothing exciting to look at right here, but well into the operators I finished up. We've gone through the params, the maths, and I'm doing this in really intense detail. So I'll go ahead and cover, like, say, 4 nodes cubed through square root and continue that and put it up for under a 5 to 10 minute video. The other thing that I'm trying to do is the playlist. If you go back to what was actually there in the past, uh, the series that I've worked on, starting, there was some advanced trigonometry because I had a big influence by Daniel Kristev, who had a mathematical perspective of things. I've dealt in Python for Grasshopper for Rhino. I had a call for a commission on the land. And I did do a series. The ABCs 1, 2, 3s of Rhino are good to go through. I stop around the intersections, but they're a very they're a much more quick 38 tutorial series to cover nodes very quickly. And then I have sculptures that are being made for the 21st century sculptor. And I have a World of Dutch Shame, which came from a childlike activity of my teens working with Dungeons and Dragons. So very creative works there. And then I did digital assets, 9 digital assets that match that: gates, cloisters, tools, weapons, and such. Essential Mathematics is coming out of Mode Labs. I give credit to all the free sources that are covered on Rhino and Grasshopper 3D. And then I have some generative algorithms, which came off of some math algorithms by Raya Isa. I just have to get her name right. And then I've done the 1001 series here. And then I follow my own kind of video lists. And I'm finding myself watching more and more of my own videos as I enter into Grasshopper, Kangaroo, physics simulation, and Hologram AR for augmented reality. So once again, just jump on this site. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. Hopefully you're seeing this. And I'm very excited to keep this series going and cover every node in fine detail. So with that said, I'll end with I'll end with kind of how I started, which is an ArtStation is one that if you go in, you'll kind of see evidence of some of the strange scripts and artworks I've made over time, going back to working in Tinkercad. So, it's a range of stuff. It has the meaning is maybe disappeared into the sense of wanting to learn and activate things. But like I said, all the scripts are available on GitHub. Feel free to access them, and it's hope to have some conversations and keep going and meeting a bigger community and consult and help more traditional kind of sculptural fields move more into the next century and dealing with programmers, architects, and engineers on the conception side of design. Thanks for watching these 7 minutes of fun.